Good morning, folks. You are looking at some pretty bad flooding in Greece. These torrential rains have caused havoc, more coming on this European deluge. Folks, I actually had pipe dreams of going perfect in 2013 for both major and minor watches. As you know, our minor watch expired at 10 a.m. UTC yesterday, and 2 hours later, Argentina had a 6.1. Yeah, I know that's close, but rules are rules. There was more shaking to cause concern, however, including a moderate one in New Zealand. Same at the Indian Ocean Triple Junction area, which brings memories of the fault line tear 10 months ago. 4-pointer in Poland, surely above average. Same goes for Northern Africa. Second day in a row, a 4-pointer off the west coast, and Santa Cruz in the Solomon Islands is rumbling again. Update to the plutonium finishing facility, where worry was that a single tank storage unit was leaking. Make that 6 confirmed leaking single tank containers, calling into question every one of similar age across the planet. Cyclone Haruna, almost into the Indian Ocean here. The developed eye we saw yesterday is gone. Back to Europe, where torrential downpours flooded out Athens and other parts of Greece. Hours later, another wave rolled through Italy and sparked similar floods. To clarify the forecasted comment from 2 days ago, it is France, Germany, Switzerland, and northern Italy, this area here that's about to get warmer. New Zealand, I'm still voting this the best weather on Earth. Australia has multiple coastal flood zones, and if we pull up the pressure map, the northwest coastline better have their eyes open because we have a cyclone brewing here, just getting started. Great Lakes dealing with the end of that winter storm, while the Weather Channel is focused on an upper-level disturbance in the northwest. It's actually a low-pressure system. No surprise, the counterclockwise eastward force to the wind on the southern edge, bringing that Pacific moisture out ahead of the center of the low. Looking ahead, they claim this will move southeast into Texas. The WOW model shows this as well. By now you might recognize where this will cause severe weather at the leading pressure convergence line, Monday's Torcon. Muon network shows cosmic ray density pushing 101. Say goodbye to the most fear-mongered active region. Now 4 days after initially saying so, she is no threat to Earth. Got some more plasma filaments and coronal action on the eastern limb coming in. Not that we are necessarily finished with our current Earth-facing filament, technically still an eruptive threat. But as we look at that filament here and that southern coronal hole in 193 angstroms, we can come up and notice some darkness entering the frame from the east. You will remember that filament top left popped off and took the umbra field with it. What returned was to the right above the southern coronal hole and sitting directly above this plasma filament. But you see the left edge, red, coming in, marking the edge of the opening in the solar magnetic field. Coming to a still frame, for ultimate contrast of color, we can definitively say there is a transequatorial coronal hole headed into face Earth. So where are the planets right now? Well, the moon will be full in 2 days. 2 days after that, Mercury and Mars will geocentrically conjoin. Just 1 day later, Mercury heliocentrically opposes the planet Venus, while turning and tilting reveals that she lined up with Neptune from the Earth's point of view. You will likely be able to see that better here on Stellarium, turning off the atmosphere and revealing the planets. And as you watch here and as we move into the list afterwards, this is enough to forecast a major watch, only the second one this year. The starting dates are fluid a bit, but it's essentially from the new moon through the first week of March or so. We should see an uptick from the sporadic 6-pointers we've seen since the last major watch ended. Eyes open. No fear, it's 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's the news. Be safe, everyone.